Right, you don't want to close the giant stone.
Oh, if I can move it, I will. Yeah. Gaja, how to we close this thing?
Close.
That was a strange thing to blurt out.
He's tired.
He's loopy after all that real talk.
Okay. Sure.
Oh no.
Yes. I love that fucking thing.
But that's what my bone spirit looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad that you created this like little spirit thing, like puppet, and now you're just sealing it in a fucking tomb.
It's just in the cave fucking dancing.
No. Well, I'm imagining it's messing with the bones of the dead guy that you took the sword from.
Yeah, but I mean, don't the dead want to be sealed in tombs rather than having people tromping around in them?
Well, if they're not animated.
I mean, it's technically not the spirit of the guy whose bones they are anyway, so that's fine.
Oh no, I know. You just created a fucking spirit to be in there.
Or I summoned a spirit. I made friends with a spirit, and he agreed to be my ally, and he's inhabiting these bones now.
And now he's going to learn how to play the xylophone on someone's ribcage.
Yeah, I guess.
Whenever you summon him, oh, I was doing nothing for 3 months, but this.
Yep. I think that picture is a character who's multi-class troubadour neithermancer.
Oh my god.
Dancing skeleton dude, the ha-cha-cha. He looks so happy.
You summon this. It's instead of a skeleton, or instead of Zorak, it's a skeleton, and it's just a bone piano.
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway, it wouldn't be able to leave the circle anyways, and this way, if somebody does wander by, they're less likely to blunder into it and get attacked.
That is a shitty existence.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this now. That is a shitty existence.
Yeah. Dude, just sitting there trying to pick a nose you don't have anymore.
It's not like the spirit was doing anything anyway.
Like,
I mean, yeah.
If I could imagine if you got your own ship, here's my little cubby hole that no one's allowed to go, and it's locked, and that's where it exists, so you could summon it at random. But
then it would depend on where the ship was. Plus, yeah. I wouldn't trust the crew not to eventually open it up and get eaten anyways.
Damn. This game is a weird-ass game. I'm going to say that again.
Yeah. Not just that. It's not even just the game. It's the fact that I'm playing a goddamn spirit mage. This is mostly my fault.
Anyways, so yes, you...
the captain could probably beat it in combat, though, but
Kaja,
a non-adept might be in trouble.
Kaja helps you close up the tomb. As you closing up, you just hear a very raspy "bye" from the ghost.
He's seeing you when needs you. Let's see.
Still sounds like the shittiest existence ever.
Yeah, probably.
Not only is it trapped in there, it can't move out of a fucking circle. No wonder it wants to eat people's faces.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, you're able to close it. You get back on your mounts. You're able to leave. If there's any chatting you guys want to do, go ahead. Otherwise, you make it back. It's a little before like 2 a.m. point.
Well, the good news is this should give us a ally to summon in combat that will be safer than the fog ghost.
That's a good thing. That's a very good thing.
Yeah.
You explain the distance limit to them or no?
Sure. I mean, we'll try to get a beat on how far 40 miles is from where we are anyway, but generally speaking, yeah, I'll let them know what's up.
Anyways,
this is just a torturing Sloan evening, isn't it?
That's not really messing with me, anyways. Anyways, so
the pun train is going strong.
I saw that years ago too. So
yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, that's Jontron.
yep. You were able to leave. Do you guys do
Back to the
anything?
ship.
Do anything? Try to coerce him to talk since you two shared deep.
Oh, stop it. God, so blunt.
Gregory,
A
tell
little
us
bit of
about
subtlety, man.
Gregory. Tell
Jesus
us
Christ.
about your Jewish mother.
Look, I asked you all to come up with family background details. Now you need to force it out of him. Fucking hell. Let it happen organically, man.
Never.
Jesus. So heavy-handed.
No, it's 2 a.m. It's time to go to bed. I need to rest. I need to get so I can spend a recovery test in the morning.
You're slightly
Yep.
annoyed that you spent a night in a graveyard.
You
Oh
probably
no,
have
no,
an-
no! I
probably
had
have
a
at least one more
Kaj and
test
I
to
had a
spend
connection.
today anyways, don't you?
I've I'd already spent one earlier in the day from
Yeah, and you have more
the
than one.
no from the previous session
Oh,
because
oh,
it was still the same day.
same day. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get back. You notice there is a guard or someone standing like guard on the ship that you've never seen before,
All right, we'll give him the passphrase.
which is the
Captain's name.
captain's name.
Yeah.
Okay. New daylight guys, I'm guessing.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys try to drop off your mounts or you bring them?
Well, we'll bring him on the ship if we can,
Yeah, we're gonna load these up.
because we don't know if we're coming straight back or not. We might need them where we're going. If they
Okay.
have a place for us to store them in the hold or something. It's a big
Uh,
ship.
As you start
Uh-huh.
like coming up, he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! I wasn't told about being brought on."
What? Nobody told you about us bringing mounts? This is the key. I mean, it's not surprising, good sir, but you should have at least gotten some sort of notification. These mounts are definitely they need to be here.
Let me go wake up the captain in command so I can see.
Oh, I don't think there's any need to do that. We don't
That's-
want to. We want him. We want to make sure that he, that he gets the proper amount of sleep. And it's late at night, and
No,
we don't
not
wanna
not the captain. The captain is still at large, technically. Talking
He is
about
big man. This is true.
It's very easy for him to be at large. He's
Like,
not
no,
a small man.
no car. She's in charge while he's gone. So just wait right there. You just hear him start yelling, and she comes up groggily. What are you idiots trying to do?
Not have you woken up?
Well, you failed on that part.
I told him he didn't need to. We had left with the mounts, and now we're back with our mounts, and we're just looking to put them in the hold.
You didn't have these mounts when you left dinner.
Are you sure about that?
I'm very sure about that.
Well, regardless of whether or not you're wrong or wrong, we still need to bring the. We need to to where we're going. We're definitely going to have these mounts. It's very important for that, for what's going to happen.
Just in there.
That was a good one.
You realize whenever they take a dump or pee, you have to clean it up, right?
Not it.
Nose
Ship
goes.
this big does not have place for mounts.
I mean, we have place to keep them. We just normally don't carry them because, well, how often are we on the ground wandering around?
Yes,
Well,
true.
s-
Perhaps we should bring in some straw for them. That way they have something to piss on.
Or
But yes,
eat
we'll be-
as well.
We have
do not-
food.
They do not eat
we'll-
it.
We'll be more than happy to muck the stables. No worries there.
All right. She just kind of yells something incoherent and gestures, and you see a little side ramp come down, leading to a lower part of the ship. Basically, to the cargo hold, in loading and unloading.
Excellent.
You go in there, you find the nice little spot to shove your mounts in, and they just proceed, to the night of going back to finding a bunk to
Yeah.
pass out in.
Maybe we can make like a pile of straw there so that our catbirds have a litter box.
It's like
There's
you
no-
poop in this.
There's no
Yeah.
real straw down there, is the issue. So,
And we can pick some up in the morning
Yep.
Up here.
from the stables or whatever.
okay.
before we head off.
Okay. So you guys go to sleep. It's late. It's tired. Make perception checks at a -2.
Ooh.
Is this
That's-
related to memory or actual
Perception.
seeing of things?
Actual, hearing and seeing things. And yeah, no, not enough for
Bloop.
Kaja.
10.
Okay, Grigori. Not enough for Wyland. So Grigori's the only one that wakes up to the bidding, 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 bidding of, Captain on deck. You start hearing him yelling, "Every man, get on your stations, raise the anchors, do," yelling the ship command. And Grigori, you're the only one who's
okay,
awake.
well, guess it wasn't really that important.
I mean, you could try to ask him to stop.
Yeah, I'll go approach him. And-
See, there's options you can do. It's not like he's right now taking off. He's trying to get people awake to start the process.
That's true. That's true. Well, I didn't know how much was involved in the process. I don't know airship stuff, but yeah, I'll approach him and ask him if
Think I do?
that's true. Are we having a few minutes to collect some straw for keeping of mounts clean before going?
I heard about you brought some ounce on here. Yeah, we got about 30 minutes before we take off, so go get your straw.
Is for just in case. Do you not know what we'll need to be doing after dropped off?
I guess you're right. But you may also want to get some shovels in case.
Yes. Lots of straw as well.
Yep.
I'll wake these guys up and we'll go to just grab supplies real quick and get that
With
done.
how low of a roll Kaja did, basically he go.
Or maybe me and Wyland are doing it.
I mean, you could be persistent.
It's dead to the world.
Just no. Sleepy time, not fighty time.
Wake up.
Those are
when-
the only two times that exist in Kaja's life.
wake up
Sleeping and
when-
fighting.
Wake up when Hammerman back.
And then you dream of MC Hammer in his pants. You're just trying
Why
to
would
swing
I-
at him. He's going, oh.
It's like a strange melding of that guy and Wyland in his dreams. It's what's Wyland's pants on that guy.
Yeah, why would I dream of Wyland?
Well, I mean, I'm not one to judge.
Anyways, it will cost you about 50 silver for a decent amount of hay. And
Yeah. Seems like a lot, but at least it's not going to make permanent stains all over the guy's place,
yep.
True.
Probably worth it.
And he'll throw in a crappy shovel that looks like it was whittled like 10 minutes.
Literally a crappy shovel.
It's going to be anyway.
Very true.
Oh god, Hammerman. Okay. Thankfully I muted every YouTube video that's coming in.
Probably a good idea.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I have the audio separated into 3 different tracks. I can easily deal with that. I just don't want to have to sit there and make marks of like, fuck. The audio here.
Yeah, you got to remember when it happened after all. Yeah.
I'm no
That's what I
longer
cra-
covered by an MC or a multi-channel thing, so I can't have their lawyers help me. Never
Yeah,
did,
like
but
they would have anyway. Yeah,
exactly. Anyone watching me, Dakota, and Krenda are all now considered indie again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because considering Maker's going from a few thousand channels down to 300.
Yep. But whatever.
All
care.
you plebes get the fuck out, in other words.
I don't
It's
care.
fine. It's not like they were doing anything for us anyway.
I mean, we only met the 3 of us, and then thanks to all this, Chris. But
Well, I mean, did Frux and Numbskull find you through the Maker forums then? Or?
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Anyways, yeah. So you're able to get that. You notice Dakota's kind of grudging around because someone just finally tossed him out of bed when you get back to the ship. He does
Alright.
not. He does not look
Cool.
like a happy happy, just crying.
So he looks perfectly normal, in other words.
Yeah. He looks like how you usually saw him whenever you saw him in the care. Just like, I woke up too early. I'm gonna hit somebody.
Giant sword.
On the one hand, the nice thing about living in a care is you never get woken up early by the sun coming in the window.
That's very true.
And
You will get woken up by chickens.
Get woken up by 30 brothers and sisters.
The chickens don't know when they're supposed to wake up either.
they just choose an app or some random time.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, yes, the ship starts to take off, and the starts to take off. That's a very awkward beat background music for you guys.
That is definitely ship launching music.
I don't hear anything.
Well, I stopped it. Anyways, there's yes, you have the ship taken off. You have, like I said, about a week. So, Chris, did you want to roll your recovery test to heal up anymore, or are you done?
About a week. He should be fine.
It should be fine, but let's not.
Well,
let's
no,
not
it's like I know he wants to.
dice roll.
He wants
You
to
got
do
a week. Roll 14 recovery tests.
Well, there is a time limit, as I would like to be able to do this quickly.
Well,
So
actually, it's
let's,
true. It does matter how fast it happens. Yes.
Does indeed. So let's
Roll
try.
them bones, so to speak. Hey, I could have taken those leftover bones and made a set of dice.
Ooh,
The
that's good.
suspense.
Okay, so what the hell did my pencil go?
up your bum.
Oh, yep. Hold up.
Apparently, that was it.
There it is.
I mean,
All
the
right, so
stuff
that-
up there you could technically write with it.
True. That will heal most of it. So the second one that day.
Yeah.
And step 5. All right. So, and if I remember healing correctly, once you're healed of all damages, then you can use a recovery test to get rid of a wound, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. So then basically in the beginning of that second day, I'll be able to get rid of my wound and then spend the rest of the time increasing my dex.
Okay. The ship can.
He's doing cartwheels and flips all over the boat for a few days.
That's assuming he rolls well enough.
I'm going to cartwheel right off.
That's why you're going to be tied to the main mast, isn't it?
You know, there's a talent that can save you from falling to your death. Too bad you don't have it, though.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If he does a good enough dex thing where he can just make the little bellows he has puff really fast, try to make a blanket of air.
There's actually been a couple times where Gregoria has been tempted to learn the talent for that while being stuck around the captain.
One of those moments of, I'm with a suicidal man. Huh. Questions. I'm questioning my life a little bit right now, but
More so about what to do when the ship inevitably goes wrong somehow.
okay. So that's the path you're taking us in. Just whoop.
Do we get a Indiana Jones style path?
Should be on there now.
I mean the Muppet style.
No, we didn't have
Take-
like
take
the
this-
what's that music they play in the Indiana Jones movies when they're plotting his course over the world
Da,
map?
da, da,
Da-da,
Yeah.
da-da-da, da-da-da,
Well, they're doing like little planes flying over the map.
You see,
trailing a red line
that would
behind it.
require editing and talent. I can edit. My talent sucks.
Well, you need more legend points then.
I also need better software. I'm using the freeware version of an editor, of a really
Or,
good editor right now. So
Or more adventure points if this was the 1879 game.
Yeah.
Okay.
That bee looks bigger in the air than it does on the ground.
Yeah, a little bit.
But what about the giant bee that's going to come in to attack the ship here in a moment?
Oh no!
Hey, you
Get
needed
the
more legend
monkey.
points, and here they come now.
Anyways,
Hit
what
him with a monkey on a stick.
what do you guys do for the 7 days? Okay, so I know Wayland, you want to heal up on the second day, so you can practice your decks.
On the second day, he rested.
On the first day he rested. On the second day he kind of makes sure he's good, and then
He started
he
doing
doesn't rest.
backflips on the second
On the
day.
second, on the second day, he limbered up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Grigori, what's your plans for the trip?
I will probably spend a lot of time reading those books I was given. Specifically the book titled "The Pain," because that sounds like some nice reading for Grigori. Nice light reading to pass the time.
When the hell did you get that book?
They were the books that were supposed to teach me how to make the blood tattoo wards.
Oh, right. But you still got to put on Wyland.
Yeah, well, if he wants it.
True.
We can ask one of the crew members if they know how to do tattoos.
Although considering he's trying to improve his deck score right now, I'll maybe hold off on dealing more damage points to him until he's finished training.
No, you got to put it on the balls of his feet.
Yeah.
Just the tattoo is just.
Grigori wants to tattoo your balls.
You got to buy me dinner first, buddy.
I can see Wyland just going, oh, I guess, starts pulling down his pants.
If that's what it takes.
No, not those balls. I don't know what you know about elf physiology, but...
Oh, they keep theirs on their knees, don't they?
God, that would suck.
Actually, it's right behind the knee.
Actually,
That's
no,
an
I
old joke.
remember seeing like something about that where it's like, oh yeah, they keep it on their chin or they keep it on their knees. Imagine how many times you whack your knee or any like
That would
joint
suck.
part. Now imagine
Yeah.
that pain transferred to the testicular pain.
Yeah, that
Imagine
would be
being-
that's
Humans
time
would
to pass
stink.
out. Yeah, pretty much.
Imagine when you're really old and your knees just start hurting.
Oh,
Oh.
No, I'm just
Your
imagining.
your knees get close to the ground because they're starting to sag.
I'm just imagining every man like when
Pendulous knees.
it's a baby boy. All right, here's the knee pads to protect the goods.
God, that is. I am glad evolution does not work that way. Jeebus.
All right, but no. So you'll be reading your books, okay? Kaja.
I assume this will be this should be in storyline where he's learning, teaching himself how to better all his stuff and just sparring with whoever the hell's on board that wants to fuck around and probably going through a bunch of people because he accidentally hurts them.
No. There's one person who would love to spar and fuck
Oh
around.
God.
Hell
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hell yeah.
And you're not at his level, but he's willing to play.
Get at
Oh,
my level, you pleb.
Hell yeah. And then, yeah, spar the hell out of the captain.
Yeah. Whenever, like, okay. So imagine the first day you're just kind of all looking down because this is again new land. These are the mountains that you've avoided, and you're slowly getting used to it. And yeah, whenever Kaja goes to start doing his sword training a little bit to learn how to be better, you see the captain come out, look at him like, "You're not doing that right."
This is how you
Ooh.
put an axe in a man.
Is that a challenge scar?
But eventually he comes out and he's just got like this really ornate cane. And he's like, all right, you actually land a hit on me. You get the cane. Which it's got like
Stop
gems.
trying to
and all
hit
shit.
me and hit me.
He yells that eventually.
After you fail 10 times.
Hmm.
He's actually a 10th circle sky raider.
Actually, I think the level I had him over to it. Where the fuck is it?
Oh, I think I have it.
Oh, stop having it.
I ain't having that.
Skyraider. I had him at like 8th. Yeah.
Well,
you
maximum of
could
what's
take him.
currently available to us in the books. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could take him, Kaja. You could take this guy.
So yeah. All right. So he's just you're doing all your little crap there. Second day, you want to roll your recovery. Wyland.
He doesn't need to anymore.
I do not need to, as my wound goes away.
Oh,
And
okay.
I
The
am
wound isn't a
healed.
roll, is because it's not damage
Right.
points.
Okay.
And then I will commence yoga and stretching and other dex-related activities.
And this is when Kaja's like, no, you're doing this wrong.
Where did Wyland get those yoga pants?
You like them? It's the red and white pants that you threw out.
Except he just put
Because they're ugly.
you just put
Actually, I'm
like
gonna
tight
do- I'm
ropes
gonna
on
do-
him.
I'm going to do yoga in my magic banana hammock. So.
Oh, God.
Right in
Everybody
front of
else
where
has
Kasha's
to-
training.
Everybody else has to roll willpower tests to avoid taking mental damage.
Oh, I'm just imagining Kasha's there and not paying attention. Then he just turns around and there's
Yeah.
Wyland completely bent over trying to do like,
Oh,
you know.
God.
Quick! Everybody roll a perception check and pray that you fail.
There's a
Kaja,
moment.
can you Kaja, do you see that white hat on my ass? Can you pop that for me?
I need you to handle my ass for a minute. Thank you.
You guys had a moment, and now the moment's completely gone after this day.
Swift kick. By God, swift kick.
Anyways, yes, so you spend that time doing random things. You're doing your yoga. There's some people in there trying to show you how to do a proper backflip. And you fail the first couple of times. You eventually get it, but you're still kind of shaky. Grigori's finding out. But go ahead.
No, I was saying, were you talking to me or were you talking to Kaja?
To you, Wyland.
Okay.
Or like your stuff. No, Kaja is just with the captain, who he's helping him get like better by like no. You're putting too much oomph in the beginning. It has to be like halfway through. You really kick it in.
I'll be taking breaks from my reading to watch these bouts.
And unfortunately, you keep getting visions of oh look over there. Ah, that's what that white as hell thing was. It's his ass.
Oh no, I'll be standing or sitting in such a way that he's behind me, not in front of me.
Oh no. I can imagine Wyland just wandering around the ship during his thing,
Absolutely.
doing like
I am a
walking
wanderer.
lunges.
All right, well I guess this is a good willpower building exercise then.
Have to roll willpower, otherwise you go and grab his ass out of just pure
No,
curiosity.
to avoid letting movement in the corner of my eyes make me look at it instinctively. You know how it is.
I'm going to be like that dancing Spider-Man gif that you see all the time. That's basically what it's doing.
I was expecting you to pull up like another Bollywood type dance thing and say, "This is me."
I will
Oh,
look whilst while you work on the other player.
All right. Well, there's not much.
What you've done to yourself now.
You've reading through the book. You're finding out about like tattooing, and essentially, it's just telling you a lot of like the simple things of how deep you're supposed to go and how not to fuck somebody up, and then all the repercussions that can happen from using the wrong ink or stabbing them a little too hard, or
All kinds of interesting diseases in here.
yeah. But yes, as it's the dawn of the 7th day, the captain has successfully bypassed over mountains. The other ships have returned, lacking these former slaves. Reports coming in that yes, they're all returned, or they were dropped off at another's town because their village was destroyed, and it needed to be somewhere safe, etc., etc.
Mm.
And you start to be seen, like you notice an area that looks really familiar from what you were able to see on your beginning of your journey. What the hell? Okay. All right.
And you asked for Bollywood.
Yeah, it's American Bollywood, but it's close.
All right. But yes, so Wyland, you're
My
pretty
friends, we are almost home.
yeah, you're basically finishing up your workout there, so you can participate in this too, if you so please. Perception checks.
Yes.
Ow.
My result was yes.
Nice.
I did just buy a new rank in that, by the way, so that helped.
Better.
Okay. So Grigori definitely sees it. Wyland, not so much. He notices the town, but nothing awkward. Kaja's just going, where?
This isn't Death River.
No, he glanced to the side to try to find it, and then got just like
Blinded by the
sucker
white
punch-
cheeks.
sucker punched by the captain.
Oh, I thought you were going to say blinded by Wyland
Oh,
still
well,
being in thong mode.
That's also entirely possible.
Please put it away.
Stop twerking! Stop twerking!
Did you say take it out? I'm sorry, what?
But Grigori, as you guys get near, you can see the town starts to hear. It sounds like horns coming from the treed areas below, underneath the Barsaive province map thing that is totally there, and I'm not just making it up for story
No, so
reasons.
it's somebody burned it into the ground in big letters.
That's
Like-
actually
it's like
true.
it's like the Hollywood thing. you
That's
know?
actually all trees right there. They just
Yeah,
specifically grown.
These are
Yeah.
redwoods.
Yeah.
But no, you start hearing like faint horns. Nothing that really catches you as ominous, but it's just weird because you don't remember those. But you have to remember, it's been months since you guys have been home.
Hmm. No, is this horns as in like war horns possibly then?
Not really a war horn. You just hear and like short burst of it. Nothing like a Viking war horn of just
Maybe more of a sentry alert horn.
yeah. But as you get closer and closer to the town, from the care, you can notice the towns actually has buildings outside of the cave. A bunch of new buildings have cropped up.
Yeah.
You see
Sensible
what
enough.
looks to see farms and an aesthetic that you can kind of tell was from every like what people moved where from
Hey, an aesthetic. That's a nice addition to the town. We didn't have one of those before.
from what people tried to force onto the stone walls to actually being able to be done outside. Like the wood is patterned in a certain way on one house, from what you can tell. Another one has like a certain coloring, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So it
It's
is.
very nice.
It's kind of a awkward because this is no longer the town you left, but it's nice to see it growing. It's nice to see it expanding.
It's nice to see home getting an upgrade.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Moving beyond the cave.
And there's the machine gun tower over there.
Beyond the Cave, the story of brave wanderers. Yeah, I kind of wish I named this game that now. Beyond the Cave.
Well, it's your series. Just go back and change all the titles.
Fuck that.
That's a lot of work, man.
I'm just gonna rename the playlist. They can see exactly when I did it. 45 episodes in, and
Exactly.
oh my god. Okay. Wait, no. Oh god, we're about 50 some odd episodes in at this point because of how it's
Oh,
set
wow.
up.
That's why I laughed at a friend of mine the other day. He was like, you should add this to the descriptions of all your videos in your channel. I'm like, I have 2,000 videos on my channel. Fuck you.
Put it in from here on, but fuck that.
Yeah, that shit is not going retroactive. God
Yeah.
damn.
Oh shit. Okay. But you're seeing it there, and the captain kind of like, you hear him yell something and the ship comes to a stop. Because it's just one of those that he walks up to you boys. There's no real place to, land this thing, so I'll go with you, gents, on one of these smaller ones. This is not the voice I use for him normally. I don't know what voice I normally.
Close enough.
He changes his voice all the time. I don't care.
He's an eccentric guy. He very well might.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
So he gets on the ship, the Parax 1 that is attached now.
Is that his version of Air Force One?
Well, it's the original ship you guys met him on.
I'll take that as a yes.
Sure. You see him put on like his big cap with the huge feather and his nice, robust-looking coat. He's like,
Well, robust, anyways.
and he, gestures you all three on, which I'm assuming you guys happily jump onto the ship.
Yep, sure.
Does Wyland put on pants?
Wyland will get completely dressed.
So
I was really worried about what that last word was going to be.
Will get completely
naked and crunk.
Oh, he's already completely crunk. Don't you know that?
It's just imagining. I must embrace my town the way I came into it before, naked.
Let me go clean up my dank mangina first, and then we'll be good.
Well, you need to be covered in someone else's blood and screaming. So
That's what I mean by completely dressed.
but
dressed in blood and screams. That sounds more like a Grigori thing, actually.
that's just a baby. That's just a baby thing.
Yeah, but it sounds so metal now when you're an adult.
Metal. Okay. So the captain leaves. What's his name? ISO on the ship. The Obsidian Man to keep in charge. So the other two, the Steadin and Nokar, orc and troll sailors, come with you. You guys fly down, and you notice there's a grouping of people kind of waiting there. And as you get closer, you notice some of them are brandishing weapons.
Do we recognize any of these people?
Oh, yeah. They're just the townspeople you grew up around.
Hey, Joe, how's it going?
You yell that at like one of them?
No. I won't give them a familiar wave, the ones as soon as I recognize them.
We'll find some sort of white flag to hold up.
From Grigori's familiar wave to a few of them.
Don't hold up your thong.
Some of them are just kind of like holding a spear going... Why? Like,
well, I mean, I'm specifically waving to any of the people that I actually recognize.
Yeah, no, there's a couple but it's like, you've changed a bit in the couple months you've been gone.
Grigori's come home slightly lumpier than he left.
Lumpier, a little less armored, looking without heavy.
Looking, yes.
Kaja's wearing 3 cloaks.
Blood stained to get a couple of scales here and there.
He's wearing 3 cloaks, and all 3 of those collars are popped.
Tail is completely armored.
and point and sharper than before.
Wyland is wearing like a regal looking outfit normally.
Red and white.
And the guards are like,
pants.
man, these guys look like they gained a few levels since they left.
Just a couple.
As you land, you see, you hear one of the villagers. Wyland? Is that you?
Patrick. Yes, indeed it is. Hop off the ship. And of course, I've brought Grigori and Kaja with me as well. We've come back, my friends. We have come back to check on Aramor. And it's
about the time you say we've
quite
come.
a bit here.
About the time you say we come back, Kaja, roll your detect sense or your spider sense.
Danger sense.
There we go.
Danger. High voltage.
When returned.
Let's throw a combo.
Oh my god, you stepped on the bear trap they had out front of the village.
No. You sense it as somebody kind of swinging in from the tree area on a rope real quick to smack you in the back. You're able to sidestep.
Avoid blow.
Actually, you're able to sidestep it with the roll, but you can do a quick any attack or something if you want to knock them off the rope.
Swift kick them.
Okay.
I love how uncertain he sounded that whole time.
There was such emphasis.
There was like
I think he knows what's coming.
I
No.
I forgot if
I
needed to-
distinctly heard at least 5 periods, then a question mark at the end of that statement.
I forgot if
Also,
I needed to,
Yes, you do.
I'm 99% sure I know who this is as well.
I forgot if I needed to roll something else before the swift kick.
No, you
I
can
think
just roll.
this is a certain somebody that we've been forgetting to put into the game until now.
Oh no, I haven't been forgetting. I
Uh-oh.
just haven't had a chance. Yeah, that's enough. You go through, and I'm guessing, is it with your tail or do you actually kick?
Kick. Tail's got spiky thing. I ain't gonna stab
As
anybody.
the person comes in, you kick them square in the gut, which is the only area that you can get without like hitting face or groin or anything.
Yeah.
And they drop to the ground, and all of a sudden you just hear somebody yell, "Oh, Runt! What the hell?"
Jesus. Oh.
Should've
And-
aimed for the chest, it would have hurt less.
She stands up and Nunu, this is your character description. Finally, you wrote up. I'm gonna paraphrase because you gave me 3 paragraphs, so I'm gonna
Nice.
paraphrase.
Good player. Good player.
Before you
Well,
stands
you don't want to paragraph it. That's too much.
a short and black teal to Scrang. On her back is slung 2 weapons. One looking like a battle axe, and the other one looks like a hammer. Sitting there. She
I'm gonna make Dakota jealous now.
she is shorter than Kaja, but she just looks about as fierce or as angry as he does.
Which is only magnified because it's
Yeah, and-
it's denser anger because of the smaller size.
And at least Kaja knows her by the name of Iskra Trueblood. The other 2, I'm not sure if you 2 know her. Right off the
It's
bat
more
or not.
anger per pound that way.
I don't think they would.
No.
They only kind of met me just there. You can't just jump at me like that, Jesus. Or
Is this a friend of yours, Kaja?
He never would have seen that coming a couple months ago. He's gotten better.
Uh, as he just can't swing at me, I was like, "Well, sorry, we've been getting some issues. Okay, so I took up the town guard and decided to do something. I didn't know who you were until like halfway in the
The
swing.
town guard always comes swinging in out of the trees, and it's traditional.
yeah,
It's a long-standing tradition now that they've only had trees for 2 months.
Guys, this is the little sister. Emphasis on little. And we're here to deal with
You're the
whatever-
runt, though.
She just looks at you and starts saying, "Look, just because you're taller now doesn't mean anything, runt."
Always been taller.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. She
Kaja, is this-
Siblings and their denials of reality.
she jumps off the ship and starts heading into where the rest of the group is.
Kaja, is this the one that you said that was the only one that you liked?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
That
It
that
is
tells you
your-
how bad all the rest of them were.
Wyland is going to do his best bow and ceremonial bow and just be very, very courteous. He'll even kiss the little sister's hand and all of that. It truly is a pleasure to meet you.
She kind of scowls at you. I know your story. I know. Or
And we're back in town
And-
for 5 minutes, and he's already running around kissing everybody's sisters.
And I know about you now, and it's I'm pleased to know it.
she just kind of looks back at Kaja, looks at you. Whatever you said that wasn't flattering is false. Whatever you said that was flattering is probably false too.
Wow, you've only known him for about 30 seconds and you can already tell that. That's
I meant
You're
you dumbass.
We've been very high in the atmosphere. The air has been very thin. Cut your brother some slack.
We've been very high in the atmosphere and also very high.
Yes.
So she just kind of goes back into town. You see a couple other Tiskrang run out from the treed area and just like, "Hey Kaja, how you doing?"
Yeah, this is a normal day between them. She randomly ambushes them out of a tree and then fucks off. Just day-to-day sibling stuff.
of course.
Okay, so yeah, that's the one there. So, like, one of the townspeople, Patrick, established is one of them,
Apparently.
looks at Wyland and goes, "Why are you with Sky Pirates? That's doesn't seem like what you guys deal would be."